your first time in here?
Yeah.
He's been here a week with no court date, and he hasn't seen a judge or anything. He's being held illegally.
Every day, me waking up, that was the first thing on my mind. Like, it wasn't go brush your teeth or something like that. It was like, what's your cover story?
The first few days that I was in the facility, I felt like I was getting a lot of questions like, why are you here? You don't look like you belong here.
He stole something.
I stole from my employer in Iowa. My wife kicked me out.
Well, I struggled with my storyline of my character because I was a horse trailer thief, I reckon. I'm not a horse trailer thief in real life.
And I did start to mess up like a couple of times, but when I first got there, every single day throughout the day, that's all I was thinking about was my cover story.
I didn't want my cover blown too early. I wanted to go the distance.
So I struggled with the story I told. Some of the inmates could see through it. When you watch the first video, here I am in a perfectly white t-shirt, tanned. They knew I wasn't an inmate. And some thought I was a police officer, which gladly they dropped that idea.
Yeah, I was able to cover up. I'm actually really good at like remembering my lies. So it was like, all right, so I gotta run with this and I gotta run with that. So yeah, I was actually very good with keeping it secret.
But I did the best I could, which was an incredibly mediocre job, which I'll give a C-.
We have to maintain your cover for the show. I was having to maintain my cover as a police officer.
And then having to go the opposite side and pretend to hate all of the law enforcement officers that are in there, all the COs.
Try to avoid my first instinct as like, okay, I want to react, and then pull back from that.
It was definitely tough to walk that fine line between being accepted and not raising any flags to the inmates and still not selling out my character.
I was 95% who I am as a person and maybe another 5% playing a part. But I wanted to stick to who I was as an individual because being in there that long, you don't want to get caught up in trying to pretend to be someone different for that long period of time. So being myself in jail made it easier for me to make it through the day because I wasn't hiding who I was as a person.
I think that Tami definitely could have been more under the radar with going into this program. At times, I do think that she was over the top, a little bit too overbearing on people, but at the same time, that's who Tami is.
It'll all make sense. It'll all make sense. Trust me. It's not like you gotta think about it your whole life.
After maybe my first 3 weeks in, I heard the girls saying, "We think Tami's an actress." I think some of the girls were jealous of her because she was being pulled out to interview a lot, and some of the girls that were in there wanted that attention.
When I was leaving the facility, I felt like I almost blew my cover at the last minute. They came to get me out of the holding cell, and he asked me to say my name, and I forgot what my cover name was. But I was worried that, boy, if I couldn't remember my name, he would have been like, boy, this guy's traumatized. He needs to be in a hospital. He doesn't know his own name.
When Zach was called to court mistakenly, it was actually another person with the same undercover name that he had. My mind was going a million miles a minute. They're trying to figure out what's going on, or they've got an idea that we've got this program going on, and they're trying to catch it, and that's how they're going to do it. So the right name was called, just literally the wrong person. It's one thing to do the program, and I know what's going on, but you can't go before a judge and lie, ever. The whole entire program was almost just a total wash at that point over one simple, honest mistake.
My name is Kyle.
Ashley.
Brian.
Cherie.
Deanne.
Mona Lisa.
Quentin.
And I volunteered
to go to jail
for 60 days.